Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 24 of Europa Universalis IV, doing the Irish Exodus as Connaught. I'm going to go back up to speed 4 again now, because we're not really at war. There's not an awful lot else that we can do. Someone's been fabricating claims. Okay, that's fine. Black news indeed, our leader has died, and we've got a 2-3-0. That is terrible. We don't have an heir. We've got no military points. What are we focused on? We're actually focused on admin. I think we should... Let's have a look at tech. We are behind the most on military right now, so I think focusing on military is a good idea because it gives us a relatively even spread across the board here. We're making 5 ducats a month more. We could almost afford a rank 2 guy. Let's go ahead and do it. We can probably run him for a little while. Gain a trader. So recall our diplomat from Sweden. Bear in mind, we're not making money right now. We're actually losing quite a bit. But I could currently afford to put my army maintenance down a bit. There we go. Now we're making money. And as we start to get less autonomy in these different provinces, we will find that we gain... we'll find that we actually gain more income. Successful conversion. Support independence from British Goangi. Now that's interesting. So these guys actually want to become independent from England. From Britain. That could be quite useful. The problem I've noticed, though, in this game is that when these colonial nations attempt to break free, half the time they'll be winning the war, they'll have like a 90% war score, and then they'll peace out for war reps and actually stay as a colonial nation. This means we will be called to the war should they launch a war of liberation. I'm not ready to do that yet. At least we know that they would be willing to do it. They're already wanting to break free from Great Britain, and that is fantastic. It's good that they want to do that. Gain some population. We only have 2 colonies. We are making money at the moment, so it's not too terrible. We do have a free diplomat. Sweden. Sweden, come on, Sweden, you Swedish guys are awesome. You should really want to be in an alliance with me. Negative 24. Distance between borders, I can understand. You're still neutral attitude. And you don't really like my navy strength. Well, even if we got rid of the navy strength issue, it doesn't get rid of the other problems. Speaking of strength, we've got an extra 9 force limit now, and we could get 4 more light ships. Definitely think we should take advantage of getting the... In fact, no. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some heavies, because we might need to deal with that. That'll give us 5 heavies. Military units. What did I say our force limit was? We have room for another 9. Well, we don't want all 9, because it's an odd number. But we could certainly make these armies a little bit bigger. So we could go for 2 more cannons, and maybe... 2 more cavalry, so there's 8, and then we can do the same on this one. We can't build in any of these provinces yet, so we'll have to do that later. Gain a random claim, do a conversion. Yep, claims that we know, got a truce with them, so can't really do anything. We'll do some of these cheaper cores. We still haven't actually managed to core anything yet. We're about to finish coring Cossacks, which should... that's 9 development. We've also got a 13 development one there as well. Colonies become self-sustaining. Excellent. That completes the mission for us. Do we have another colonize anything? Still wants us to colonize in the Spice Islands. Oop. Nearly. That is... Wow, that's province is already taken by somebody else. So you want us to go and start fighting down there. It's a little bit too far away. We've uncovered a lot more of the map now, actually. Japan still haven't wiped out Korea. Japan are moving into China, though. Where is Ming? Ming has actually collapsed in this playthrough. Ming has gone completely. Can't... Oh, no, he is. There he is. There's Ming. He's a little 4-province nation down there. Surprised that Japan haven't... surprised that Japan haven't worked their way down into these islands yet, but that's okay. So any of these really useful for us? Not especially. Let's play on. Keep coring these. We're burning through a lot of admin points. Let's have a quick look at England or Great Britain and see who their enemies are. It'd be really nice if they could actually, if France could take something back. England are rival to Russia and France and the Papal State. They are allied to Austria, Portugal and Spain. That's the problem. Every time France goes to war with England, he's fighting against the Emperor and Spain and Portugal. And Spain and England together, or Spain and Great Britain together, are just got so much naval superiority, plus of which France has only got 2 coastal provinces. So France has got no navy. So France is just getting absolutely wrecked. I've never ever seen France do so poorly. England are even eating Brittany and Provence at this point. So yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't think we're going to be able to rely on France to help us get rid of England. To be perfectly honest, I don't think we are going to be able to get rid of England because they're just getting a bit too big and strong. Not too sure how much I like that. It would be nice if these guys want to go independent, but I don't think I'm strong enough to actually fight against England right now. Maybe I am, I don't know, but it doesn't feel that way. We've lost a general, that's fine. We're not going to hire one until we need to. Let's just go and have a quick look at the ledger and just see how England are doing. If we go and have a look at the military armies, Great Britain, they have 41,000 men, which is not as much as you might expect. I mean, they've got no manpower left. They're using mercenaries. I mean, I actually outman them at the moment. But, of course, they've got a lot of allies. And if I tried to declare war on them, it's going to be against them and their allies. And that is quite a scary prospect. Also, if we go and have a look at their navies, they've got 20 heavies, 35 lights, 34 transports. So they could drop 34 stacks at a time. And I wouldn't be able to sink them because if they escort them with 20 heavies, my 5 heavies isn't going to do a thing. So that makes life a little bit difficult. So we've got a colonist free now. We need to colonise somewhere else. I think we probably want to go and start colonising more of these. Has any of them, again, got a nice high development? There's a few 7s around. Let's go for that one. It's a 7. We've got troops nearby that we can use. I think that makes sense then to actually bring this guy forward. Have the transports down there where they are. All of these should be done. Could we go ahead and maybe grab a tax building down here? Your development's not all that great, is it? What about marketplace? Quite a bit of trade power down here with some marketplaces. Don't want to spend all of our money, of course. But let's go ahead and do that. We'll unpause. We'll actually go ahead and look and see if marketplaces would be worthwhile up here anywhere, actually. If we can get a significant amount of trade from some of these provinces, that would give us +1 right there. Gain some population. Austria has been elected once more. Hardly a surprise. What about production? Anything that's going to give us a massive increase in production over here? Doesn't look like any of those are worth it. The trade goods over here are so terrible as well. That's the other problem. Taxation. Yeah, they wouldn't really pay for themselves. I also don't want to burn through all of my available funds either. Let's go and queue up these last few cores. We have an uprising. 17,000 men, which is not great. We will do that. We want to go and put our army maintenance up to full. Still can make money at full army maintenance, which is good. You're going to march up to here. Now, what are these? These are Urian separatists. So there will be some separatism in that province. We want you to have a general. We don't have one, so we'll have to recruit one. He doesn't have any fire. I mean, we are still at the point where shock is useful. He does have a little bit of manoeuvre. I didn't go in there with full morale, which was a big mistake. Didn't go in there with full morale, and I got my arse handed to me. Hopefully we'll be able to defeat those guys. Yep. I need to get my morale back, and then we'll go and try... No, they're moving into another province now. That's not good. Tolerance of the true faith plus missionary strength, or... just general missionary strength. I think we'll just go for the missionary strength. Don't like those guys much with what they're doing there. This is quite a small stack. Should it have 20,000 men? Yeah, it does. Loses stability. We'll buy that. But we've lost so much stability now. We definitely need to buy that back up, though. We're a bit short on admin points. Let's go and unsiege this while we are recovering. We will recover faster than they do. Do you know what? That general is just so terrible, I'm going to roll another one. He's even worse. Ha! Okay. We'll just go in and unsiege that. We'll get rid of that that terrible general. Oh, also, what I probably should do is my ruler, who is a terrible ruler, you are a terrible general as well. Brilliant. So my ruler is basically terrible all around. Unfortunately, we're getting separatism in all of these provinces. What I really should do is engage them, but they've already got it anyway. So the extra separatism is annoying. We will go in and hopefully we can take them. What are we in here? This is in wood, so we will unfortunately have a terrain penalty. But we had full morale that time, so that went much better for us. We're also managing to grab quite a few of these. What have we got over here? What's this problem going to be? This is more separatists. Not a problem. New technology. Diplo. Well, we're still behind, so let's go ahead and grab that. Now, finally, we're actually ahead on a tech for a while. I would like to buy the stability up, but we've still got coring to do. So let's go ahead and get some of these provinces cored. If we're really lucky, we might actually get one that increases stability. I doubt it. Where is this likely to pop? Is it going to tell us? Ah, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when it happens. Some of these are actually going away. The Connaught Peasants is going to go down. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. We've unsieged all of that. Let's bring you back over here now. Colonies become self-sustaining. So let's keep colonising those little islands. So is that this one that's done? Yep, it is. Brilliant. So this one is only 3, 5. Let's go for the one that is 5. We keep you stood next to him. Why are we losing so much money now? Is it because we're reinforcing? I bet it's because we're reinforcing. Yeah, we're reinforcing. Once we're at once we're back up to our full... Oh, these heavies have also completed as well, and they're not mothballed. So let's go and get all these heavies together. I didn't even notice that these guys were up here sieging these out. When did this happen? Let's go ahead and put our leader in charge of this army. We're going to start wiping these guys out. I hadn't even noticed that rebellion. It's just more separatists though. Not too bothered about it. When these provinces already have such low... let's just leave a guy. When these provinces already have such high autonomy and such low development, it doesn't make all that much difference. Construct a grand fleet. Have more than 20 ships. Yeah, the heavies. That's not going to happen. There's no way we can afford to do that. We've got all these guys together. Let's deselect the mothballed ones, select the rest of them, mothball those, and then group them up. I've seen other people playing this game where they will... that's just natives. Go deal with that. I've seen other people playing this game, you know, other YouTubers that are generally quite proficient in EU4. I mean, probably better than me. And I still see them when they're trying to combine a navy with a mothballed navy, is they will unmothball the mothballed navy and then combine them and re-mothball the whole lot. You don't need to. You can just mothball half of the navy that isn't mothballed and then combine 2 mothballed navies. The only problem is you can't combine a mothballed navy and a non-mothballed navy. But it just seems silly to unmothball one of them because it's just costing you money for a tick. So, we'll get all this unsieged. Quileute has finished whatever that was doing. It must have been its core. Okay, now that was right. We were making these stacks bigger, weren't we? We actually wanted to go and add, and we still can't do that. No provinces available. Are these classed as distant overseas or something? Why can't we recruit regiments here? Oh, is it because they're not cored yet? Okay. Fine. Of course, we've got another core we need to do now because we're still colonising. We've got a fair number of provinces, though. I mean, we are definitely growing here. There's a few cores done. That's nice. Let's go and have a look at... I can never remember where it tells you this information. There's our score. Is it here? Well, that's our total development. 60 provinces and 52 non-overseas cores. That means we have 8 overseas cores. So if we have 8 overseas cores... Is that these ones then? Are these overseas? No. If they're overseas, they'd have... Well, it doesn't say distant overseas. I guess they are overseas cores. They're just not distant overseas. Otherwise, they'd have 75% autonomy. Or is it maybe just because they're not cored? Ah, I bet it's because they're not cored, isn't it? Well, no, there's only a few that we don't have cored. I don't know, I'm just confused now. Nobility loses some loyalty. I do want to buy up stability, but that's not really going to happen. Land leader shock. Do we want to go for that, or do we want to keep... Yeah, we're miles behind on our tech. We definitely need to grab that, and just as I say, it happens, so let's go ahead and grab the tech. We get new cavalry type. Wonderful. 50 ducats... 10 ducats and some local trade power, or 20 diplo power. Let's go for the 50 ducats. We are still losing money. We've got a decent amount of space here now. How are things going on with Great Britain? Are they at war with anybody right now? They are not. How are things going on with France? Have they been destroyed yet? No, but they've got a rebel stack that they can't deal with. Oh, France. I don't understand, France. What are you doing? So, when is our truce up with Uru? In January... Oh, another 10 years before that's up. So that'll be... I guess we could go for guys like Urok here. Our truce wasn't as long with them. Lose a stability, or lose... we'll lose the navy tradition. Right, okay. So, our truce with you should be much shorter. Yeah, it's actually March 1605. Now, are you westernized, is the first question. No, you are not. So we could declare a war on Urok and take a lot of their coastal stuff. You guys can all group back together. Still won't let me build, because is it because this one isn't called? If I was stood in one of these provinces, you'd let me, wouldn't you? So if I just go ahead and build another infantry here. What is it we actually want? I've forgotten. So 2 more infantry, 2 more cannons. So we'll go and get another infantry here. We'll get a cannon there and a cannon there. It's just because they're standing in the one province that isn't a core, because it's still a colony. But we're not doing terribly good, and we're not doing terribly badly. But at the moment, I just feel like I'm at a bit of a stalemate. I've done what I initially set out to do for the series, which was to get one of the Irish nations over here into the New World. I just think we've been a little bit unlucky getting a New World that isn't all that exciting, with low development. I think I've also been very unlucky, the first time ever, seeing a game where France is just getting their arse handed to them. I was kind of relying on France being able to keep Great Britain in check, which would allow me to actually do some decent damage to them. We have a new heir, 203, also terrible. This is another thing. We seem to have been getting nothing but terrible rulers since we started this campaign as well. That is that done there. We've still potentially got some rebel uprising. Cuban separatists, they'll probably fire, but we'll deal with them when that happens. Got our guys spread around. We are still losing money. We definitely want to keep maintenance full until those separatists fire. So we do have our heavies mothballed. Another couple of cores which will be finished soon. Lose 25 church power. Yeah, well, we'll take that because we've already got all 3 of our faith aspects, and that 25 church power will regenerate in no time at all. Saying that, we're only at 89% religious unity, but we've already regained 4 of that church power. You regain church power so quickly as the Protestant faith. I still think it's one of the most powerful religions so far. Still not seen any attempt from these guys to break free. Is anybody else supporting your independence? Doesn't look like they are. I mean, I could support their independence somewhere. Support independence. Oh, they wouldn't actually do it because they're now loyal towards Great Britain. Oh, well, they've changed their tune, haven't they? They weren't loyal to Great Britain a while ago. We're actually making money again now, and at full maintenance. Nope, there it goes. It's easy come, easy go. Well, we can afford to actually boost our stability now. So let's go ahead and... we still have a little bit of overextension, but let's go ahead and boost our stability up. That'll just help with the money just a little bit. Again, still plenty of places to convert. Still, I'd love to reclaim Ulster, but there's no way I could beat England in a fight. I wouldn't even be able to land troops over there. Well, I would, but I wouldn't be able to defeat their allies. That's the problem. If it was England on their own, possibly. England, Spain, Portugal and Austria, not a chance. France and Brandenburg wouldn't even come in. So there's very little point in doing that. This uprising is going to pop at any time soon. I think I'm going to make an executive decision here. And this is like the point where I'd end the video anyway, because it's over 20 minutes. I am going to say that as far as this playthrough is done, I'm finished with it, because I'm actually finding it quite boring. And if I'm finding it boring to play, you guys are finding it boring to watch. We could go ahead and take the rest of this island. I'm quite confident that over time I could quite easily go and grab the rest of Uru, grab Europe, grab Eura, colonise all of the stuff that isn't colonised, and eventually grab this stuff from the British colony. Whether or not that actually ever gave me the opportunity to move back into Europe is very, very unlikely. But that's not the point of the Irish Exodus or any other Exodus. The point of it is that you actually... get over here with a Western power and you just roll over everybody because you're Western and this is your home, so all of your provinces have 0% autonomy. But given the fact that the provinces around here just generally... that's New Zealand, isn't it? Given the fact that the provinces around here are just generally so bad in terms of the development that they have, it really is kind of a bit of a waste. Maybe one day in the future I'll try this again. This is a good province. Maybe one day in the future I'll try this again. Maybe we'll use the historical New World, and maybe we'll be a little bit lucky and we'll be playing in a campaign where France doesn't get completely obliterated by everybody. I've honestly never seen that happen before. Again, I'm going to take another screenshot of that for prosperity, but yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed this series. While it has definitely not been my most intense or interesting series of EU4, it does show you basically what you need to do to get over into the New World. It demonstrates the mechanic nicely of having a single province left in your home continent and then being able to rehouse your capital over to a different continent, and then everything over here becomes your sort of home territory with 0% autonomy. And It is actually quite fun to do on the historical United States, the historical New World. But yeah, for the random New World, they've definitely made some improvements in the Cossacks with the random New World generation. Some of the land masses certainly do look more interesting, but I still think that, you know, if we just take a look at the random New World there, too many random little islands that are too far spread out, and the actual province values are terrible. I mean, obviously you can see these things are all pre-generated little land masses that have just been randomly plopped down on the map. And instead of actually having something much larger and more coherent, it's far too spread out to be useful. So I'm sure if we played enough games, we'd eventually get some that were better and actually quite interesting. But as it stands at the moment, I still think you'll have a better gaming experience if you actually play with the historical New World. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the series. I will see you on the next series, and until then, goodbye for now.